it. Because it always involves the subjugation of humanity, and then the sacrifice of humanity, and then the layering of more and more and more of the demonic. That's what the coming Babylon system is all about. Revelation 18, study it. The more bloodshed in a ritualistic fashion that allows the demonic to come through will then be like a spiritual and to a degree a physical toxic presence that will bring in layers, in sequential layers, the horrific deaths of hundreds of millions of human beings. And you know what? The cover-up written by some of these Mayan prophecy propagators, I'm not sure whether individuals like this understand radical evil, sin, Satan. Maurice does mention on this page 170 that Quetzalcoatl, the feathered snake, goes on to say these words. You're not going to believe this. Quote, and as though they were comrades in arms, Quetzalcoatl's appearance in the mask resembles a stained glass depiction of Christ or of a peaceful Buddha. Even historical accurate descriptions of Buddha in comparison to Quetzalcoatl would be vastly different characters. One is more like Nephilim. The other was a seeker, a spiritual searcher. But to say that Quetzalcoatl, the Nephilim, the one in charge that led his little society in the use of humanity. As archaeologists reveal, they've been 6 little kids put into like some kind of a base, some kind of, they were burned and melted alive. In September. Maybe the entire month of September dedicated to revealing the gods, the demon gods, the human sacrifice, the bloodshed, the plotted spiritual plans, depositing writings, demonic attachment to the tools, the paintings, the objects, with the desire in the future to resurrect them to fuel the evolution of satanic agenda. I'm now seeing that the Mayan prophecies may fuel as precursors acceptance of Antichrist as a super god, the false prophet as a super god. I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't quote and mention Quetzalcoatl. For those who are believers in Christ, listen to the words concerning if he was a man demonized, he still did the human sacrifice and horrific crimes against humanity. Horrifically opposed to the God of heaven. Absolutely embracing the serpent snake. Read Revelation 12 again. Maurice, Cotterell, read Revelation 12, the description of the dragon, the ancient serpent snake, who seeks the human blood and the sacrifice as doorway to step into this side. So when I see that he's saying that like Quetzalcoatl and Jesus are comrades in arms, Quetzalcoatl's appearance in the mask as Quetzalcoatl resembles a stained glass depiction of Christ. What an absolute outrage. Listen, this is where we read in the Old Testament where they see evil and say it's good, and they see good and say that it's evil. That everything's upside down. That the deeper you embrace Luciferic spiritual content, the more blinded an individual is to spiritual reality. And deception always leads to destruction, as it did with the Mayans. Fool me once, what is that? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. What will it take for humanity to see and really unearth the demonization of these indigenous people, that they were used and abused, and without redemption, can you imagine Jesus going into that culture? Kicking out the demons, engaging Quetzalcoatl, bringing freedom to people and healing to people and life to people and hope to people and joy to people. You think God would eliminate human sacrifice? You watch how some 2012ers will justify human sacrifice as part and partial, as a heroic thing to bring in the new age, to get rid and eliminate resistors and resistance to the spiritual wave that is plotted and planned, only waiting for the restrainer to be removed. Again, we are about 27 minutes into the hour, 6 to 7 p.m. on a Friday night, July the 30th. Listen, we are going to jump into August this next Monday. We have another series coming out. If you're new to this voice, my name is Russ Dizdar. ShatterTheDarkness.net is the website. ShatterTheDarkness.web, or .net rather, is the website. And on that website, there are hundreds and hundreds of MP3s to download. There are courses, there are materials. One of the most important ones out of these 2 years that we've been on doing radio and doing broadcasts, Dark Rituals, Dark Powers. That was meant to be one of the courses, but we turned it into a series, giving it free to everyone. So I would call out to believers in Christ, don't fear to study what needs to be studied to become as strong and powerful. Matter of fact, if you look next to that little box, Dark Rituals, Dark Powers, still free is a course called Confronting the Powers. If you get it, it involves confronting the dark powers and all the deception with the Great Commission, learning how to be clothed in the power of God and so forth, and reach human beings who will fall prey to the most horrific deception that may lead to human sacrifice on a global scale as compared to regional with the Mayan or with Manasseh or in other parts of the world. The underground human sacrifice that has been going on, the 500 million satanic rituals done in the United States alone, and probably 200 to 300 million or more in Europe and other places. Through the last 40, 50 years, the underground, secret power of lawlessness, human sacrifice, shedding of blood, drawing of demons, opening the gateways, and bringing that side to this side. Do you feel it in the air? Do you hear it in the reports of encounters, voices in the head, possessions? I want you to know that we have some strategic conferences coming up. And so we invite you to come to the conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, August 27th, August 28th. If you go to the website and look at our little flash picture thing, you'll see where it talks about the theme involves Jesus' words in Matthew 24. It involves as it was in the days of Noah. And that involves, again, horrific. It involves Nephilim. It involves all of that. So you can click onto that and see that Lynn Marzulli and that Connie Huft and that and all the ones that are going to be speaking there. So we hope that you'll come. And then secondly, Tom Horn, who has done an incredible work with transhumanism, transgenics, with the issue of supernaturally induced technologies. Well, there's a conference coming October 1st and 2nd, Canton, Ohio. Tom Horn will speak. I will speak. It is called Supernatural Science and Prophecy Conference. And if you click on to either the picture on that flash drive, or if you scroll down a little bit where it talks about conferences, just click on where it mentions Supernatural Science and Prophecy, and you'll see you'll see how to sign up, get tickets, and all that's involved. Canton, Ohio, October 1st and 2nd. Listen, there's a series that is developing also, and the best I can tell you is just keep looking at the site almost every day.